All right, live. Good morning. Welcome back to episode 2 of the Still Learning Dad podcast. Today I'm actually excited. I know it probably doesn't sound like it or seem like it, but just getting up right now, getting the coffee in. I'm excited because today I got a special guest joining me in about a couple minutes, and we're going to be talking about music and mental health as well. But until then, just wanted to introduce episode 2. Um, episode 2 is basically uh, when words fail, music begins. If I can say it right, I keep trying to say it. Verbis, defectis, musica, incipit. Basically, Latin for words fail, music begins, or music takes us where words cannot. Um, I'm going to be bringing on my boy Neato, and it's from Riverside as well. And he's going to be talking about his life with music and a couple of other things as well. So let me actually switch over to this bad boy, and this should be good right there. Okay, got it going. And
Nope.
we wait. Oh, there he is. There we go. That was perfect timing.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother?
Not much. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Getting my coffee in right now for the morning. So I was like, let's get this going.
No, I'm good. I had to get mine too. You're good.
Sounds good. Sounds
Oh,
good.
oh.
I was just doing my introduction real quick. I wanted to I'll brief you on what I'm pretty much calling the episode. That Latin saying "Verbis defectis, musica incipit."
A little
I feel
bit.
like I say it wrong. I feel like I always say it wrong, but
No, you're
basically,
good.
when words fail, music begins.
Yeah.
So that's what I was like. That's kind of like the topic that we're all starting with today. But I did introduce you a tiny bit, but for those listening and watching, if you wanted to introduce yourself real quick, let the world know.
Yeah. So, my name is Michael. I also go by Neato1997. I produce music. I've worked with a few people, including yourself, at Riverside with my music. I'm currently going to school to be a studio engineer at the moment, and it's kind of all I got going on right now. Uh, other update stuff. I got to visit a studio yesterday, so I might be able to use their studio and have other artists in the area of Arizona and to be able to
Oh,
record
that's
their music.
dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
And then, shoot, jumping right into it because I know I sent you over a couple of the brief ones.
hmm
Um, what got you into music originally?
Uh, man, I just growing up, I was surrounded by a lot of music. Like
Mm.
my dad, as they call it, like to dad rock, things like that nature. My mom was super into like pop and country. My sister was bumping like Backstreet Boys when they came out. Uh,
It's already a variety right
yeah,
there.
and my grandma was into like Frank Sinatra and the disco music, so I was kind of surrounded by that.
Ooh,
And a really cool thing I like to tell people because like it wasn't something I wanted to do right off the bat,
right.
but I produce music nowadays. I like to chop samples, sequence my own drums. Now as a kid, I never played instruments, but when I was really little, I had toys that were able to like sequence different sounds, and I would just do that a lot as a kid. So that was kind of something I was already doing. I kind of liked manipulating sounds and chopping them up when I was really young. And then when I finally got into it, it was kind of just like very natural for me to start doing that.
That's kind of like I mean, obviously you do it way better than me.
Oh man.
But that's kind of like what I used to do, like with like the piano. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I ever try to play anything on the piano and I know I couldn't do it, I would just
Mm-hmm.
like harmonize my own tone with the piano and be like,
Yeah.
I like the way these two keys sound together.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I always felt like if I ever took a class myself or something that I know I would catch on quick,
Mm-hmm.
it's just more of the actually being able to do it. Because I know listening to sounds, I'm like in my head, I'm like, I know this would be cool together, but I just can't do it, or I just
Yeah.
can't play it, like with like a guitar riff or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that's dope. So you are already surrounded by all that already.
Yeah.
And then okay, so this is a two-part question actually. So growing up, um, how old were you exactly when you realized it was like obviously we look at music as just like a thing we go to,
Yeah.
but when you figure like it was more just not necessarily just a hobby, but something that you wanted to pursue.
Uh, Probably when I first got out of high school, it was when I really wanted to pursue it. Because I'd just been around it for so long at that point. Um, some crazy things about me. Like my cousin Brooke Reese, she used to be part of what is it, 99.1.
Oh, nice.
Now she works for Apple Music. She's a host there. But around that time, she was really close to ODM, so I got to kind of chill around ODM for a little bit when he would DJ for my little cousin's parties out of favors, and I saw him DJing, and that kind of is what got me into wanting to make it a career. I was also on a hip hop team in high school, so I was really surrounded by a lot of hip hop, and then I just ended up going to a trade school, and that's when I started like learning how to make music. And that's a whole nother story because that's another really interesting thing about that trade school. Because I mean, to be
Right, right.
honest, I didn't learn everything I was supposed to in that trade school, but I got something really different out of it. But that's kind of where I started to want to take it as a career because it kind of opened up
Mhm.
my eyes to like there's a lot of different avenues you can kind of go into in music and actually make money.
That's true. That's very true. It's more than just rapping or more than just like putting keys together.
Yeah.
There's like a whole business to it.
Hmm.
Would you say would you say other than than the different styles of music that you listen to, would you say more of was it the music you listened to or was it the people you were surrounded by that inspired you early on?
I think it was more the music I listened to. I mean, people I was surrounded by, they inspire me, but I'm one of those people where I would kind of like deep dive into artists' careers and how they got started and what they did to do that, and then I would kind of translate into what I was doing during that time, and that's inspiring because you have a lot of artists that like did not have opportunities like I have had, and they've still found a way to make it. So
Very true.
it's always really inspiring to see stuff like that, and because like they didn't get like proper education like I'm going through. They still kind of found out the industry through their own ways, and they found out by just exposing themselves. Um, and that's really inspiring to see, in my opinion, because I go to school for a lot of this right now, and it's crazy to imagine someone who does not have any prior knowledge just being exposed to a world like that and kind of finding out the hard way about how the industry
Yeah.
works. Compared to like if you go in it and you have an understanding, it's different. But when you know nothing, like you get taken advantage of really easy. So to see
Oh
guys
man.
that have like made it with like no knowledge and they're doing fine right now is it's really inspiring to me.
Yeah. Yeah, because like even me myself, sometimes I feel like that's kind of why through my 20s I felt like maybe I pulled back a little bit because I
Hmm.
didn't understand it as much as I thought I would.
Hmm.
But like as a teenager, I was so inspired to like, hey, you know what, I want to be famous. And then I got to a point where I was like, you know what, I don't even mind if I'm not famous. I just want to
Hmm.
do music. And then I get to my 20s, I actually had a manager,
Oh
and
wow.
there was already a I you know what she was like it was called like rap management,
Okay.
but she was like, oh, I'm connected to this label, so that was the only reason why we sat down with her.
Hmm.
And then she was like, I'll charge you guys $200 a month, and I'm gonna get you guys shows. I'm gonna get you guys this, and that. So we're like, all right, we're down. 20 years old at the time. I think it's been like 3 or 4 months, and we're talking to each other. Me and my boys were like, we haven't had one show yet that she's like hooked us up with, or like a photo, something to where like we're gonna do a photo shoot or anything. She's telling us to get ready, to have these beats, to have these songs, and we're doing everything we're supposed to be doing, and we're like, man, she hasn't done nothing. And then we just like sat back, and then they're like, the only one who's done it for I forgot what one of my boys did, but he like set us up to meet with somebody at a club one time, and then I got us like 3 different shows. So they're like, the only ones who've been doing anything has been us individually. So after a couple months, we're spending $200 on her. We sat her down and we're like, there's no like for sure contract, right? So we're gonna have to like, like that's it.
Yeah.
Like you're not really doing much for us. I think she got us one tip of a show, and we had to pay for it. We had to drive all the way out there and pay for it. So we're like, we're already paying you for this. We shouldn't have to be doing this,
Yeah, I get you.
Oh man. So you just dropped an album.
Yeah.
I listened to it twice.
Oh, okay. Cool,
I listened to it twice, and obviously, as a rapper, right? As a rapper, to have that rapper ego, my favorite song as a rapper is going to be the one I'm featured on. Right?
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
No, but unbiased, the real favorite song is Good Enough. I think I played Good Enough like back to back. And
yeah, a lot of people love that song.
I'm like,
really
I wish Good Enough was longer.
Me too. Trust me, me too.
Man, so okay, obviously you have a method for the whole album, right? But if you can break down like the method and just maybe the planning of going into Good Enough, I would love to hear that.
Okay, so honestly, the whole album in general is called Songs I Show My Friends. It was called that because for most of the time I was making that album, I would show it to like my really close friends, and I think I would send it to like, Daniel Dandy Raps, and he would show it to you. So it's called Songs I Show My Friends because it was stuff I was sending to my friends, and I would get feedback on it. So I just ended up titling that. But going into like that song in particular, I remember I had a guy from high school. His name's Shane Randolph, goes by Lost. We knew each other in 8th grade. We knew each other a little bit freshman year. We kind of went our own separate ways, and we hadn't talked for a long time. But I still followed him, and he still followed me. And one day he kind of just reached out to me because I'd known for a while he had been rapping. I never really checked out his stuff, if I'm being honest. But I do remember that he was rapping, and out of the blue, he just messaged me. He was like, "Hey, I heard your last single with Tilly." He's like, "So you're making beats?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, can we work on a song together?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I was like, I'll send you like a folder of like all the potential songs we're working on. And he chose that one. And I was like, "Okay, cool." And then he got back with me. And by the way, too, like all the effects on his vocals, that's all him. I didn't do that.
Whoa, that's what I was gonna ask next.
Yeah, because most of the time, like when I've done yours and Daniel's vocals and even Tilly's, sometimes it will come to me and I'll add effects to it. All that autotune and stuff that he put on his vocals, that was all of him. And immediately I was like,
man,
because the only thing I need to do is just fix the volume. Because the original version he sent me, his vocals were super loud and my beat was like really low. And I told him like I have to polish it.
Let me just level it out.
Yeah, so I was like, I need you to send me like your vocals, but I was like, whatever you did for the effects, like keep that. Send me that effects, and I will just like fix it up. And I did talk to him about it because I was like, do you want to have it be a full song? He's like, no, I'd rather just have it be an interlude. And that's why you're talking about. I was like, come on, man. I was like, why can't we do a full song? It's so good.
Yeah,
he's like, nah, I just want to do an interlude. Now, I guess for you and your fans, I will say, there's a guy I go to school with. Shout out Cole. He's one of the assistants at my school. Me and him have been clicking up because he makes hip hop as well. He's been a really nice guy.
Nice.
He dabbles in rapping, but he also hopped on that song as a feature. Unfortunately, he sent it to me last minute, so I couldn't put on the album. But I will say there is
Uh,
going to be an extended version coming out.
I was just gonna say, there we go.
Yeah, so
That'll work. That'll work.
you'll get a longer version. It's lost to be on it, but it'll be an extended version with Cole. I'm debating if
Hey man, that'll work for me.
I'm still figuring out if I might hop on it or not too. We'll see.
Man, that'd be like a remix, but not just more an
Hmm.
extended mix.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one. I'm not gonna lie. I kept playing that one back. Like I listened to the whole album through twice, and then I was like, obviously I like my song. That's an obvious like ego statement, but I'm like, but what do I love? And I'm like, I just kept playing it. Am I good enough in the first place?
yeah. That was funny because I was showing it to my friends too, and they kept saying that. I was like, it's stuck in your head, ain't it?
Yeah, it's catchy. It's a catchy one.
Which it's really cool because like that's your favorite, but I've had people already tell me like, oh, this one's my favorite and this one's my favorite, and I'm like, that's cool because I like people like picking favorites for my albums,
Different
and
ones.
so far it hasn't really been like consistent on like what people like the most, honestly. So
It's like
that's cool.
different ones.
Hmm.
That's even better because it's kind of hard to choose. Like even there was what was it, Chops? I think you called it.
Yeah,
Like I
chops.
was listening to that one and I was like, yo, what was he doing right here?
Yeah, that was
I
fun.
was like, I just kept like, I was like, dang, like the whole time. I was like, all right.
Yeah, so like chops is it's a piano sample. Like so the piano sample you hear at the beginning, that is like the original form of it, and then I just chopped it up and sped up the BPM when that piano starts getting faster. Um, I did the drums, I did the 808 in that song. It also like it says Michael Rojas. Now Michael Rojas is in a band actually in Riverside called I Am Snail. He's the guitarist.
Oh wow.
They make kind of like rock punk music in a way. So I got him on the song. So that guitar that comes in, that's all him. My really good friend Zach, he does like the little Rhodes piano in the background you hear at the end. So I was able to get both of them. Like, and that was just like a session thing. I just
Right, right, right.
I just sent it to Michael Rojas, and he was like, "Oh, I want to be on this." I was like, "Cool." So we met up at my friend Zach's place. Michael Rojas just laid down some crazy guitar strings, and then Zach was just sitting there. I was like, "Zach, you play piano. You gotta hop on this." He was like, "Nah,
Jump
I
on
don't know." And
that.
I was like, "Bro, you're already in the room. Just hop on it." And he
Just
hopped
do
on it,
it.
and that's how that song ended up getting made.
Man. So okay. So with now with the full album, right? So obviously you had like sent not vocals, but you sent, records to us to like, all right, this is what I want for this, this is what I want for that. Did you have like an exact method for the full album in general? Or was it like, you know what, I'm gonna see what I could come up with for this album? Or was there like a specific game plan for it? And then for another album, if you will be doing another one, are you gonna like have a follow up as far as like a similar sound, or are you just like, you know what, I'm gonna cook up a whole bunch of different things for this next one?
A whole bunch of different things. I like to say I'm constantly evolving. I like to tell people that
Yeah,
what's my favorite thing I like to tell people? Um, I don't make type beats, but I want people to make type beats off of me. That's my thing.
yeah, there you go.
Hmm. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna be like evolve the next time because I'm always looking to upgrade my sound. Um, and I'm my biggest critic. Like this album came out and I love it, but there's still a bunch of things like, oh, this doesn't sound that great, or oh, like I could have mastered this better and stuff like that. But yeah, like next one's gonna be probably different. I already have an idea what the next one is gonna be called. Um, but yeah, still same thing. Like it will still be hip hop, but I'm trying to blend other things with it as well. Because like even right now, like I'm working with like artists that you wouldn't expect me to work with. Like I'm doing a collab actually, as weird as it sounds, with a dubstep artist here. That's something.
Oh,
So
see, that's creative though, man.
yeah, no, his name's Icronic. He's a dude here in Arizona with me. He goes to school with me, and we started clicking up. And yes, most like the songs we've made together, it's been cool because I'll usually send him like the beat itself with like my chop samples, and he'll add like drops to it or he'll add embellishments to it. So like he's keeping the bones of what I am while adding himself
Yeah,
to it, and it's been really cool. So we're gonna be dropping something like that really soon. It's gonna be like a hip
it's a
hop.
blend.
Yeah, that's why it basically is a blend.
Oh,
Like even for him, like
that
it
is a
yeah,
yeah.
even for him it doesn't sound like him because he's keeping my drums on it. Usually he does his own drums, but he's letting my drum shine in it. So it gives it that like hip hop element while making it like a rave banger. It's really cool.
Dude, that's so dope.
So like I'm doing stuff
That's
like
so dope.
that. Um, or like yesterday, I'll send it to you if you want to hear it. But like I made like an Afro pop song yesterday. A lot of my friends
Oh yeah,
enjoyed
I want to
that.
hear
Yeah,
it. I immediately want to hear
I made that
it.
yesterday. I sent it to Tilly, and Tilly was like, "Oh my god!" He's like, I remember Tilly was like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I'm Neato."
Yeah, I like his style.
He's cool. He's a really cool dude.
I like the style. I was like, I like that one too. Was it number 2 or 3? I believe.
Uh, number
Uh,
it's number 3.
I
Toxic
would say it's that
masculinity.
number 3.
Hmm.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's the way he like you don't think he's gonna flow, and then he hits it with the toxic masculinity. I was like,
Yeah.
all right, I like that.
See, same thing. So we got a collab project coming out too.
Nah, that's beautiful. See,
Mm.
I
So I'm busy
love
right
it.
now. I'm busy.
Yeah, that's good, man. That's good. And like going back to like the like self criticism, I did the same thing, man.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know if you remember me telling you that day when we recorded, like when people are like, "Yo, that one was perfect," I'm sitting there and I'm like, "I don't think so." No,
Hmm.
man, that was good. That was good. And then I'm like, I used to be worse. Like when we first started recording a lot, if I really didn't like it, I'm like, I wouldn't be like a jerk about it. But I'd be a jerk to myself. I'd be like, nah, man. Hey, do me a favor, please just delete that one.
Yeah.
No, that was perfect, man. We've been here for like 3 hours already. I'm like, my man, guys, but nah, I'm not gonna be able to sleep at night with that. But
Hmm.
now I'm like, I'll do it to where I'm like, hey, do you guys like that for real? Because if you want, I could run that back. No, man, that was good. That was good. It was perfect. Oh, all right, cool. But then
Hmm.
I'm looking like, I still feel like I could have did better. It's because
Yeah.
it's like it goes to like I guess the pronunciation. When I hear a pronunciation I do wrong, like everything can be perfect.
Hmm.
But then if it comes to the part where like I'm trying to say like Looney Tunes, right?
Hmm.
And I say like Looney Tunes or like Looney Tune, or if I don't have that pronunciation right, I'm like I didn't like the way I sounded right there. I'll take that off, please.
Yeah.
No, I'm already gonna upload it. It's too late.
Yeah.
So that worst critic, man. Oh, it gets to
What?
you sometimes.
Yeah, I think we're the worst critics because like we make it so we hear the imperfections. Like a person who
Yeah.
they're not going to hear that imperfection because they're just like listening. They're not critically listening. They're kind of like just listening, hearing the vibe and seeing what it sounds like. But like for someone who made it, it's like you're going to catch that and you're like, "Oh, why did I do that?"
It's like, did you hear that ad lib that I did? I'm like,
Yeah.
what ad lib? In the background, the little quiet echo part. You didn't hear that right there. Look, listen, like, you don't hear that? It sounded
Yeah.
horrible. People are like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, nah, dude, take that out.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way I whispered "yo" on that one. I said it too slow or whatever.
Hmm.
Man, that's what it. Those, yeah, those. I don't think that's ever gonna go away from me either. Like, I'll probably just like be accepted like I was. Like, all right, you liked it? Okay, cool. All right, I guess we could upload it then.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you said so you're going to school, right?
Yeah.
Let's hear about that. Like, if somebody, whether they're my age or younger, and like freshly 18, 19, and they
Hmm.
want to, pursue music still, what's something they could look into? Obviously, you're out where you're at, right? But if there's
Hmm.
like online courses or where could someone start as far as getting into deeper into like I want to make more than just music. I want to do more than just music.
Maybe just like study the area you're in and see what they offer. Especially with trade schools, because like, I'm going to school right now, and I did go to a trade school, and unfortunately, the first
Mm,
trade school I went to did not offer me everything they were supposed to, and that was on me. As I didn't
mm.
research it, but like, try to research your area, research trade schools, and kind of like see what programs they offer. Uh, like for my case, I kind of got lucky because surprisingly, my college I go to like has a great music program. Uh,
Beautiful, man.
but yeah, also like try to figure out what area of music you want to go into
Mm,
because there's so many different ones. Like, do you want to be an engineer? Do you want to be like a traditional producer? Because a lot of people get that really confused.
yeah.
Um, like, do you want to be someone who learns how to master? Do you want to like, you know, be better at guitar and take like music theory lessons?
Oh yeah.
Things like that. Like, there's lots of avenues you can do to just like make yourself a better artist. Even like legalities, like I said, I've done a couple music business courses. Do you want to be like a music lawyer? I mean, it's not really
Yeah.
music, but like if you like music and you want to get into the legal field and help artists, like that's an avenue. Do you want to learn how to be a manager? Do you want to be like PR rep for music. So things like that. There's like lots of
So
avenues you can
many
go to.
hats.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's so many hats. Oh man, that's crazy. Like it's crazy to hear all everything you're describing too, because it's like if you're just making beats or if you're just rapping,
Yeah.
you're not thinking about none of that stuff. You're just like, man, what's the next track?
Yeah, and all that stuff makes you a better artist. Like, you know, if you're a rapper or like me, you're like producing beats and stuff like that, and a record label wants to like come sign you, and like you don't know anything. Like a lot of people don't know, but it's like get a lawyer, get any type of lawyer to look over that contract because there's lots of like
Yeah,
legalities on that contract that say like where your splits are going, who's owning your masters and stuff like that. And a lot of times they won't even.
forever. Sometimes like for
Yeah.
20 years. Like
Oh yeah, there's like album cycles too. Sometimes you'll be locked into like 4 albums and you can't leave that contract until you provide 4 albums. And if those first couple albums flop, they can just drop you. You're not gonna get like you're not gonna get sued for the money because honestly a record label is just like a glorified bank for musicians.
I was just gonna
But
say,
they'll
we're gonna finish this.
yeah, they'll cut their losses and be like, ah, we took a chance of you and like you're not everything we thought you were, so they'll just drop you from a label and then what? Because like they gave you an advance and like you don't have to really pay that advance back, but you're not going to see dollar signs until like that advance is met. And once that advance is met, then you start seeing the money afterwards. So if your album does not beat that advance, you basically just got no money back from that album.
Wow. And you know what? I don't know if this is true because I don't really follow as much. But I hear Drake is going through something similar to what you're saying. Like supposedly he's locked in for a certain amount of albums right now,
Mm-hmm.
only because he owes them money or something like that. Like I didn't really get too deep into it, but something about how he's like he's in debt with his company right now, and I was dang, no wonder why he's always making music the way he's making
Yeah.
music.
I mean, sometimes it happens. Like I said, even if like you're locked into an album cycle, um, that doesn't mean like I mean you do owe them the albums, but at the same time too, like if you're not making revenue on that label, they're just gonna drop you, and they're not gonna
They're
like
just like, that's it.
yeah, they're not gonna ask you for that advance back because they're like I said a bank, they loaned it out to you. They're gonna be like, oh whatever, like, we gave you money, didn't work, cool, we're just gonna drop you.
And
Um,
we gave you the money, we gave you the time, and you didn't do
yeah,
it.
I mean a big example. I think I'm right about this, but like Tribe Called Quest, you know, they did their albums, and then like all these years later, you know, I think in 2016 they dropped like "Thank You for Your Service, We Got It From Here." I think they released that because like
Oh,
that was part of their album cycle, and it wasn't like they needed to make it right there, but I think they waited all those years because that's the last album they had to release from that label
right.
and they did want to release it, but I think they waited so long because they kind of disbanded for a little bit, but they still were under contract to like give one last album.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so that happens a lot of times. Like, I mean, if you're first time signing, they're probably not going to lock you into a cycle until they like honestly start seeing you have potential.
Right.
But
They
like
kind of
once,
want to just get you in. Oh,
yeah, because once
let's
you
just reel him in.
yeah once you have that album cycle on your contract, like you can't you can't yourself just leave. Then like you're under contract, then you'll probably get sued if you decide to just like leave on your own. Or if you like,
Man, that's so crazy.
yeah, if you try to go to a different label, like you're getting sued for that one because like you are locked into that contract. I mean, they can drop you, but you can't leave them.
It's almost like a kind of like a cease and desist, huh? If you try to go to a different label, right? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
I forget. I think it is what's called. I forget what it's called, but something like that's where like you can't break this contract and just jump into another one or whatever.
Hmm.
I think that's what Dre was going through when he was like first trying to branch out or something like that.
Hmm.
Um, Man, that's crazy. Okay, so I know here at RCC, I don't know how their music used to be, like their classes, but I know now because I was just being curious about was it last year,
Hmm.
and I know they got like music appreciation, music production certificate,
Hmm.
and I know before you had to go like to the LA recording school for that, or
Yeah.
I forgot what the one is called in San Bernardino, but there was that one out there too.
Hmm.
Oh, I forgot what that one was called, but now I'm noticing that RCC has got like a whole bunch of different music classes now. I was tripping out on that. I was like, they had a business one too. I was like, man, it's getting me kind of curious just to try to like do something. The classes aren't that expensive either. They're expensive, but they're not that expensive.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know. I might dip myself into one of them classes again.
Yeah, man, take advantage of it. I mean, I'll be honest, I go to a community college and my music program's awesome. Like
That's what I'm saying.
I've learned a whole lot.
So my both my daughters are in band, right?
Oh, sick.
And both of them have gotten to go to the new theater at RCC.
Oh.
So I never thought I was gonna be able to go in there.
Isn't
And
nice?
when they got to perform, dude, when they got to perform, I almost got a chance to go into the studio. You're only allowed to go into the theater area.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to the front and I was like, "Is it true you guys have studios here?" And they're like, "Yeah, they're upstairs. We have like 2 or 3 different studios upstairs." And I was like, is there like a tour available right now? No, you have to like email so and so, and they have to approve it. And I was like, And I was like, it would have been dope to see like a studio room. Like, no, you can only just go to the theater. So I'm looking at the theater, it's beautiful. I'm like, goodness, I want to see the studio room so bad. Yeah,
I want to see the microphones.
Yeah, like it's still not that hard the way she made it seem, but I wanted to go right then and there. So I was like, I'm here right now. Can I just go take a peek?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you got to email one of the teacher or the professors or whatever, and then you have to email someone else. Then you have to be there. They have to like come show you. Whatever. I was like, never mind. I was like, I'll figure it out another day.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Email them. I'd definitely be curious.
Yeah, so I'm like,
I like to check it out too. I want to see what they got going on there.
I kind of want to like email them and then ask them for a tour and then be like, is it okay if I kind of like film a little bit? Can I get like a little vlog?
Yeah.
Pretty sure they'd say yeah.
I don't see why they wouldn't.
Okay, so that was a notification. I don't know if okay, so before like how do I explain it exactly? Because for me like I'm gonna start like whenever I was going through like something hard, right, as a kid, a lot of people think, oh, sometimes some kids aren't going through a lot. There's kids who have crazy hard lives, and you can tell right off the bat. And then there's kids who have decent lives. You look at them and you're like, man, your life ain't even that bad, right?
Yeah.
But mentally, they're like dealing with a whole bunch. So for me, I had started like writing poetry basically when I was 12. But ever since I was about 5 years old, I always like imagined sounds in my head. It was always like different sounds in my head. I would listen to music. Obviously, I was surrounded by music. Majority as a kid was definitely R&B. It was a lot of 90s R&B. And it was like a lot of like funk. It was a lot of 80s music blended. That was like my first little like blend of my music, right? So I always had this weird little like, I guess you could say dream or whatever, to where when I would hear the song, I always imagined myself on that song with them. Even if it was just like, hey, what up? It's Eddie, like my name is Eddie, yo, what up? And then as I got older, like, yo, it's Taz. It was I don't know, I guess you could say it was healing. Like it healed me a little bit just listening to it, right?
Yeah.
So I say it to where it's like that was like kind of my escape, right?
Yeah.
So like before you even called it music, like what was like what was the sound to you? Like what was it to you growing up? You know what I mean? Like for me, it was healing. It was an escape. This is before I even started writing. Like it would just, I would listen to it, and man, it's like you see it in movies now. People are driving in cars, they're listening to that song, and it's a happy song. But for some reason, it makes them cry, right? Or it's a sad song, and it makes them happy. It's weird. It's like it gives you like that opposite emotion. What was that like for you, or if you experienced that at all?
Yeah, here's a funny story. I guess when I was like a tiny baby, like I think I was 1 year old. I guess my mom told me when I was a baby, the ending song on the radio. I was born in '97, so the ending of Titanic would come on. I guess as a 1 year old, I would cry to that, which is pretty insane.
What? No way.
Yeah, but
that was a good movie.
Yeah, but yeah, same thing. It wasn't like an escape for me, and even for like hip hop, because as weird as it sounds too, I actually didn't like hip hop growing up. It wasn't my thing. it wasn't really until high school that I really started to appreciate it and start studying it. And I was digging into like the greats when I started because
Oh yeah.
like that's why it ended up becoming my escape during that time. Like I would just sit and a lot of times I'd go on like walks in the rain with music in my headphones because I
Yeah.
liked the aesthetic of the rain. I liked listening to it.
Just the vibe.
And like people really this is like really deep, but like my first time I ever really connected with music was Jay Dilla before he was Jay Dilla. He
Yo.
was in a group called First and Down. And that was like very early Dilla. That was before like Slum Village and everything. And he had
Dude,
this
that's for sure early Dylan because I
yeah,
didn't even know that.
yeah,
Hey, I didn't even know that.
he had this song called Front Street. And that was one of the first times I ever like sat and listened and I really connected and I just felt like something there and I was like, whoa, what is this, man? And that was one of my first escapes. That's what really got me into it. That was really like times where I'm like, man, imagine if I could like make shit like this. And
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine like,
or like the other deep guy is like DJ Shadow. He's one of my biggest inspirations. He's a dude who made an album called Introducing. I would recommend everyone who listens like go check that album out. It was made in
I know that
'96.
name too.
It's
I know that
not
name.
it's not your traditional hip hop album, but for the time it came out, it was made with only like an MPC and a DJ scratcher, and
Ooh.
the whole entire album is all sample based. It's very almost like cinematic in a way, the way he sampled it. Like the dude's
Oh,
layering probably like 5 to 6 samples on a song and just making it something entirely new. So that was my other first experience listening to something like that and just sitting there and listening to it because of how cinematic it gets. I used to just stare out my like parents' window when we drive to like dance competitions,
dude, yeah,
and
that's
I'd
what
be
I'm
like, man.
saying.
And that's when I really started to like want to get into it even more. And like you said, that was just an escape for me. Like I would just like zone out to like a whole different place when I was listening to those songs.
Yeah, man, like it's weird because sometimes it's hard to explain for me. So I'm like, if I can explain like a scenario, people are like, all right. But then when I'm trying to like bring it out, everyone's like, what are you like? I don't know what you're talking about. But like an example, right? So it was um it was my relief or my escape for me, right?
Mm.
Before music, all I had was gaming.
Yeah, same
So
thing.
like if ever
Yeah.
I was in my head, I'm gonna just play the game.
Hmm.
But the minute it's weird because like we always listen to music because parents are playing music in the background of whatever you're doing. But it was like the minute my ears could like really understand all of the sounds, it was a rap. Like yeah, I'm playing the game, but then I hear sounds I like on a song, and I'm like, "Man, what's that? What is that? What is that little string? What is that little key? I hear a piano. I hear the way they're playing the guitar, and I'm like, what's that other thing right there that I hear? I wonder what that sound is. Then I'm
Yeah.
back to playing the game. But then I get to, age 10, 11, 12, and now I'm hearing more. I'm listening back a little bit to the hip hop. Again, I listened more 90s R&B growing up. It was more just the R&B. So they had those, that little, I don't know. You have it on one of your songs too. I forgot which one it was, but it has like a, I don't know how you do that. It's like I don't know if you're doing it like with the piano and you're hitting a key, but it's like I hear those sounds a lot,
Yeah.
but you don't hear them in every song. That's what's crazy about it. You hear those in like it's always like a one-off song, and you're like, this is beautiful whenever someone does something like this. So like
Mhm.
before music, that's where I used to go to, right? Because there was nowhere else. But after that, like music came around, it was a rap. Like I could just put on any song that I loved, and I would just zone out, and I'm like, that could just get me through the day. I could have the worst day in the world. That was my escape for me.
No, that's still is for me too. Especially like if I'm having a bad day, or like sometimes I'll just sit and try to discover like new music that I haven't heard to get inspired by.
Man. Which brings me to my question for you. Oh, see, because like sometimes I don't know how to explain myself, right?
Yeah,
So how did music help you process what you couldn't say?
a lot of things. I feel like it gave me power to express myself,
That's what I was saying.
especially because like I'm not the best rapper. Like you, that's your and Daniel's things. Like I'll hop on stuff here and there, but as a producer though, it's cool because I get to like express kind of like who I am as a like beat maker and throw my own flavor of stuff on it, and people can hear it and tell like that sounds like you. Because I've had people already like listen to my beats and like they can tell that like it does sound like I have a certain sound apparently, which is cool. That's what I go for, and that's something where I
Yeah,
can truly express myself because like that's genuinely me. Like when I make my stuff.
I love that. I love that. And it's so like it's crazy because I've had a handful of people tell me like, dude, you're like super lyrical. So I always say I'm lyrical, but I base it off of what people like, tell me. But I like to it's the same thing, obviously. But what I like to say is I like to storytell. So like that because I started off writing poetry. So
Mhm.
I always had an angle when it came down to writing. And usually I would start off with before I was freestyling, I would like play the beat and I was like, I need a title. So I'm like, okay, I need a title. And I would sit there for sometimes it'd be 30 minutes, sometimes it'd be 30 seconds. And I'm like, okay, that's the title. Cool. Start it over again.
Mhm.
How am I gonna start this song? Okay, the title is this song. You know what? Let me do this. And then I start brainstorming a little bit, like what you guys will see a little, and I'm like, and I'll use your verse on our song. I could say like, man, how am I gonna do this? I'm like, what are we doing? Every day it's a blessing. Like I would do something just like that. I'm not even lying. Like
Appreciate it.
I'll look around and I'll see like a paper like count your blessings every day. Or, every day it's a blessing. Like that. I'll do something just like that. Oh man. So let me see. Oh, I got to figure out how to ask you this one. um. So for me, right, like getting back to what I was just saying.
Yeah.
So I story tell.
Mhm.
I story tell or I'm lyrical, right? When people listen to my music, I feel I feel like finally I'm being listened to.
Yeah.
Not my music, but me. I feel like I'm being heard. Um, outside of music, have there ever been any moments in your life where it's just weren't enough?
Um. Yeah. Every day.
You know what I'm saying?
Every day, like I'll make the craziest stuff, and I'll be like, that's not enough though. Like I need to be like better. I need to like get better. Like my sound ain't like as good as it should be. So there's times I get frustrated all the time because like I want it right away. But like and that goes into like because it's the same thing you and me. We got ADHD. We kind of want that like we want
Yeah,
that want right now. We can't wait. We
yeah,
need that
man.
gratification right now. We need that money right now. It's like
I need this. I need that.
yeah, I want that answer right away. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I don't want a maybe.
Dude, I'm like, I need to know if I could do if I could do it like this. I need to know if I could do it like that. And then that's me the day before we're recording.
Mm.
Like I'm saying all this before we're like even like today, right? Last night I was like, all right, if I'm gonna set up, I should wake up at this time. Then I was like, but then again, I only need to do this. Now I'm sitting there thinking all night, and then I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta go to bed. So it's just things just like that. So like
Yeah,
myself
you
too,
just get
like
like distracted real quick on other things. Yeah.
yeah. And then following up with like not enough, right? Following up with not enough because this is like a blended little feel. As far as feeling like weren't enough, were there any times where you felt like that to where like you felt like you weren't enough to like people? Like it could be friends, family, to where like for me, example is I always felt like I was chasing someone's love, right? Or I always felt like no one ever wanted to really hear me out. Sometimes whenever it came to certain situations. So when
Hmm.
it came to music and expressing lyrically, I felt like now you have to listen to me. I always felt like that. Like now you get to hear me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's a big reason why this music is so big for me. And even like it's not even just big for me. Like I'm competitive at it. Like
Oh yeah.
to a sense. Like there's people I go to school with. I love their music, but man, sometimes I hear like their stuff. I'm like, oh, I gotta step up my shit. I gotta show you up now.
Yeah,
And
man.
it's same thing with you though too, because um, I grew up really well off, but I in grade school dealt with bullying and
Yep.
a bit differently than your traditional sense. Like I had dudes where I grew up with them in grade school, like as first graders, and it's whatever. Your first graders, like everyone gets along with each other. But
Oh yeah.
I got to sixth grade and I wasn't as athletic. I had kids bully me for my unathleticism, and I had friends that were kind of really smart brainiac kids, and they would call me dumb because I was a C average student. So I was getting bullied for my physicality and my intelligence. And then I moved to Riverside, new city, so I figured everyone was judging me. Even before that too, when I was in seventh grade, I had a dude just punch me in the nose once just because he felt like it. Teacher didn't do anything about it, by the way. Um, I never really stood up for myself because I was just a really nice person. I wasn't into causing issues.
Right, man.
I
Just
started
trying to
playing guitar
chill.
during that time in a guitar class, and I had people tell me well, I joined guitar in seventh grade because I like Guitar Hero, and I had kids tell me that's
Oh
stupid.
yeah.
They're like, that's stupid. Why do you want to learn guitar because you play Guitar Hero? Play guitar because you want to play guitar. So I'd get judged for that. So back to
It's dope music on there.
Mhm.
It's dope music on there. That's why I want to play it.
And then, like I said, I moved to Riverside, so I've already been bullied a lot. I figured if you gave me a look, I figure you were just judging me right there.
Right. Oh
Um,
yeah.
then I joined high school. I was on a hip hop team. And we would dance, and that was cool. I made really close friends, friends that I still know to this day. But it was still there because I'd be dancing, and I'd have football guys call me the F slur because I was dancing. So it's kind of it was always that thing in my mind where same thing just wanting acceptance from people was always there. Now that I'm 29, I've gone to therapy and I've kind of got over it. But yeah, that's why music is a big thing for me because that's the first time I've ever been able to really express myself and know this is my craft, this is my field, and this is my shit. I've never been able my whole life to flex something like this before, and because of all the people that put me down, it's a big deal for me. It's this is my
Dude,
shit.
yeah.
Hmm.
Dude, yeah. And again, you moved out to Riverside what year?
I think it was 2010.
Oh yeah. See, that's kind of like a good time to move out there, right? Um 97, I was getting bullied in Riverside.
Yeah.
Like when you were born, I was already getting bullied, man. And same thing, I was getting punched for no reason. I was told I couldn't hang with certain races already, at 3, 4 years old. This is my friend and you're my friend. Oh, you can't play with it. And these are other kids telling me, not adults, none of that. So I'm like, you can't play with them. And I'm like, why can't I play with them? And then now I'm asking too many questions. And then, you know what? Uh, I got called, raging waters because I used to pee in my pants a lot.
Sucks,
out
man.
of fear, out of these guys would scare me. And now I'm sitting there oh shoot, and then I don't know what to do. Boom. They're, oh look, raging waters. And I'm like, I can laugh so hard about it now. Back then, oh man, it sucked walking home. Yeah, it sucked
It's
walking
rough.
home, man. Yeah, and then I'd get the ball kicks, boom, right into the right there.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you, boom. Well, those days, honestly, I felt like I should have went to therapy. I still think it would help me a little bit too,
Mhm.
but because I was part of that generation to where it was oh, your life's not that hard,
Yeah, or it's
you'll be
stigmatized and stuff
fine.
like that.
Yeah, you'll
Or
be fine.
men don't go to therapy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you don't need it, right? And then as a kid, oh, just defend yourself. Okay, how?
Yeah.
How do I defend
I
myself?
think that's a big thing in bullying is I feel like people see you got a kind soul, so they want to press you.
Yeah, so I'm like, how exactly you want me to do that? What am I
Hmm.
supposed to do? So I turned into a little. I tucked tail. Tucked tail. There was a cloud around me a lot.
Hmm.
I didn't know who. Music. Oh man, music was that outlet. I remember laying down. I think it was when I first got my the what is it, the 3 to 5 disc CD changer,
Yeah, that's sick.
and I'm playing. Oh man, I'm playing that at night. I'm randomizing my albums, my favorite albums,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, I don't care. I'm gonna play this album, and I'm gonna just blend it. And that was before you could shuffle on an iPod, right?
Yeah.
Pandora or Spotify playlist. And I was laying down, and I remember how it would just go from one album to the next, and every different genre I had, it still just like healed. It was just healing. I'm like listening to it. I'm like, oh, let me repeat this one. I want to repeat this one for a little bit, and I'll play that song for 10 minutes straight, 20 minutes straight. It saved me. Music saved me for sure. It's like, man, that I feel like for that one, we'd have to get into a whole nother episode for like bullying, because bullying, man.
Yeah, it's pretty deep.
Oh yeah, and I'm definitely gonna do one. I'm gonna do a bullying.
Sure.
I haven't done one yet, but I definitely need to do one, because that's a whole topic for sure that I need to talk about for that one. And getting to that, right? So obviously we've already kind of been discussing it, right? Mm-hmm. As far as music becoming an outlet. So like for me, especially with the ADHD going too, but like all my anxiety that I had, and feeling alone and like depressing and all that, obviously that saved me. And then learning how to write poetry, turning it into lyrics and actually making music, that ended up becoming my outlet. For me, I know it saved me from, because I felt like I was still in a pretty dark place, but I felt like it saved me from going somewhere else. Did music ever save you from going somewhere darker mentally?
I think so. Yeah. Because like I wasn't really making beats in high school, but I was on a hip hop team, so I was influenced by hip hop all the time. Everything that was coming out, I was influenced by. Definitely something that I would sit and listen to like calm myself down on a lot of stuff. Even dancing was that expression to like beats and shit like that, because I loved doing that. It was some form of expression that it was an outlet. And also like I didn't have a lot of friends because I was in a new city. I met generally good people through that. And like there was a place, do you know Bryant Park?
Yes.
Yeah, so every Wednesday there was like the hip hop thing or the break dancing thing they would have there. So I got to meet like the whole break dancing community too.
Oh, that's right. A lot of those were they were doing that all the time.
Yeah, so it kind of introduced me to a community of people where like I generally made great connections with people for the first time, which I never had that a lot of times growing up. And yeah, I mean, I tell people I could have ended up on those dudes that like go to schools and do all that stuff there. But I didn't, because this was my outlet and I chose a different way. And I still ended up healing from it and making generally good friends. So like that definitely saved me. Like just intro to dancing and hip hop, and then hearing that music is kind of where I am now. I got to meet people, and now I'm all the way here making stuff that other people can dance to in a way. So,
dude, I've always wanted to take a dance class, man. Like I didn't care what anyone said either. I've always wanted to take a dance class.
Yeah.
And ironically, I taught myself. I taught myself when I was 8 years old. And you can ask anybody that knows me, that has known me for that long. Danny won't know this, but I think it was, I forget exactly what the title was called now, but it was Michael Jackson's greatest hits on music videos on VHS. So I think it was like maybe 10 to 15 videos, right? You put the VHS in, and it just played his videos all day. I had that sucker on in my room, and I was looking at every move he was doing, and I'm like, boom, boom. Like, he taught me how to dance. I tell everybody this. I'm like, Michael Jackson taught me how to dance. And everybody's like, you're full of it. And I'm like, no, he didn't physically teach me one-on-one, but I watched him. I watched this VHS tape so much that the little film or whatever ripped and broke. They're mad at me because it broke inside the VCR.
No, like the same thing. Before I joined the hip hop team, that's who I learned how to dance from. I was watching Michael Jackson stuff.
Dude, that's what I like. I don't care what anybody. Like, and you know what?
Yeah.
man.
Like,
Go ahead.
listen,
Go
I,
ahead.
I was I was a super shy kid, because of all the bullying. But I remember in eighth
Same,
grade, in
same.
eighth grade, I dressed up. I had like the Michael Jackson shit on for Halloween, and I started
The
dancing.
freaking.
Yeah, and I started dancing at like one of the school dances when like Thriller came on. I started dancing Michael Jackson, and like all
Oh
the dudes
yeah.
were dapping me up and stuff like that. They were like, "Yo," and stuff like that. So yeah, it
Like,
was
yeah,
a
I'll
big,
take your girl at 8 years old.
yeah,
Oh man, that was me. That was me. I'll never forget. And even I was a fan of NSYNC. I was a fan of Backstreet Boys, but I'm in that era where I can't tell nobody I'm a fan of them. I can't tell anybody I like them. Because the
yeah,
minute I said, "Oh, I like this song," some of the cousins would be like, "What'd you say?
yeah.
You better not say that again." And I'm like, "The song sucks." But then like they turn around and I'm like, my I like what I like, man. I don't care.
Which is so
And I
weird.
tell people now, yeah, like why can't I just like music and vibe to it? Like what the heck?
Where it's like, get a soul and listen to some R&B and some pop, man. Relax.
Yeah. And it's so cool because like now in my 30s, ain't nobody telling me what I can and can like.
Yeah, just the other day I was like bumping "Rock the Boat" by Aaliyah, man. In my car jamming to that, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like, fight me,
Mm-hmm.
fight me now. I dare you. Like,
I'll be in my car.
because till this day,
Yeah,
go ahead. You said what?
I'll be in my car bumping "Love Is Stronger Than Pride" to be like, oh man.
Oh, some Friday.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh man, this is healing my soul right now.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, but in my cooking video, I mean, I put other music over it, but if you can hear the music in the background, 'cause sometimes I like people to hear me cooking, right? The little sizzle.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, but Sade is always playing when I cook.
I,
Every time I cook,
I think I'm coming to the conclusion you're probably like the number one biggest fan of her.
dude, I'm telling you, it's weird.
Especially on
I'll
your
get my
verse.
coffee.
Yeah, your verse on "In My
Oh,
Bag" and then like your videos, it's always her, and I'm like, damn, is this all this dude listens to?
dude, that I don't know if you know, but I like Sade.
I
I
have
don't
it.
know if
I have a feeling. I have my thoughts on it.
I know I played it because when we first dropped it and you sent me the I guess the rough draft or whatever. I think
Yeah.
I showed my daughters, and their memory is it's insane right now. They forget everything they want to forget. But I played it again the other day, and my oldest was like, "Wait, play that again?" I was like, "All right." I was like, "I've been waiting for you to say that." I was like, "I'm gonna see if you catch everything I say." So I started playing it, and she's like, "Are you referencing Sade?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She's like, "You keep saying." She's like, "Oh, you said like a whole bunch of different titles," and I'm like, "Yeah." I was waiting for you to check to like say something, man.
Mhm.
Oh man. So this is an obvious question, but I still want to ask. I want to ask it for viewers and listeners. Um, as far as your darkest days, right? Or not even necessarily darkest days, just like when you felt like you needed to turn to music. What did music give you that people couldn't give you at the time?
Uh, really no. Maybe just a place to feel like I belong somewhere at least.
Yes.
Sometimes feel like I don't know, just listening to some rappers and be like, I understand you. Even though they got a different life. They probably
Yeah.
don't have a whole different life from me, but yeah, just listening to it, I'd be like, oh, I understand this. Or even the beat. Sometimes I'd sit there at the beat and be like, I get this. And like this is speaking to me in a way that like really gets where I'm coming from. I don't know if that sounds weird or not, but
No, yeah, no,
yeah.
I totally feel that one because it's like, which brings me, okay, so it brings me to this one. So it's like when you hear, obviously, the verse that I did for you, right, the Sade verse, you hear a sense of like what I'm really into. Beep beep dee dee beep. You know the Morphin rhyme.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm a Power Rangers fan, right?
Mhm.
So for you in your music, if you were to tie in everything you've ever touched as far as your own sounds, right? Like for me, I trip out because again, like I story tell, but
Yeah.
I never really paid attention to my pattern that I was doing.
Mhm.
So there was a pattern that I barely realized about, I think a couple of years ago. But when you go to my music from about 10 years ago, there was like a 3 to 4 year, because I was making a lot of music at that time.
Mhm.
I noticed my verses were a little bit depressing, and not a little bit depressing. Like I had a little bit of a sad note here and there. Like a lot of my songs were depressing, and I was like, at the time, I'm just rapping, right? I'm just venting on how I feel. And then a lot of people were telling me, like, hey man, your song was dope. Like it was cool, it was deep. I like the sound. I like what you're saying. But like, why is it sad? Why you keep making sad music for it? And I'm like, why not? But then I never really like paid attention. And it was the music was reflecting my mental state.
Mhm.
So like I was expressing to you what I like, kind of like Chester from Linkin Park. Like this dude's telling you he's really going through it, and we're just like, oh, this music is dope. Not knowing this dude really hates life. For you, do you feel like your music reflects your mental state, like from the time you made it, or at the time now? Like, do you feel like it relates to you, like for your moods? Like, are you making music off your mood, or are you making music off of like a past trauma?
I make it definitely off of mood. It definitely a lot of times when I make music, I get like a feeling in my head, and I'm like, oh, I got to get this out now, or I'm gonna lose it. So it doesn't happen organically for me a lot of times. Like right now, I couldn't pick up my laptop and make a song right now because there isn't like a feeling that I have at the moment. But a lot of times, I'll hear something and I'll be like, oh, I like that, and then I'll hop on and I'll try to like make something that reflects me or my mood during that time from what I heard today or how I'm feeling that day. And definitely like there's times where you can, I guess, see in some of my older stuff you probably could. Like I have an album on SoundCloud called Rightwood, and the first couple tracks of
Okay.
Rightwood, I was in a relationship, and then the rest of them were made a year later when my relationship ended. So there is a sound shift a little bit. It doesn't go from like depressing, but there is like a little bit of a sound shift. Like the cohesiveness leaves at that point because I was in a different mood state during that time.
I feel that. I feel that for sure. That
Hmm.
yeah. See, that's where I was like I listen to some of the stuff and I'm like, oh, like man, I really did have a pattern. Like at the moment, I'm just like, I'm gonna write about this real quick. Like I even did I have like what is it? It's like I have songs on my SoundCloud, but there's like one or two where I was like feeling something, and I literally pulled my phone up and I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna use the voice note. So I used the little
Yeah,
voice note thing, and I did my own. What was the song? It was Chris Brown's Deuces, and where he's trying to fix a relationship, but the girl don't want to be with him. I made my own verse to it,
yeah,
and
I've done that
it was
before.
for Valentine's Day.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was for Valentine's Day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write it for Valentine's Day. So boom, I did me a little Valentine's Day one. And at the time, I felt like I needed to do it, so I did it, and I'm like, all right. But then again, that little voice note was still related to all the music I was making. I'm like, when I listen back to all of it, I'm like, man, all right, cool. So I feel like I needed to let out a lot of those verses to like speak for like the past trauma that I had gone through. So that was like my own little therapist.
Hmm.
Um, although still, I feel like there's nothing wrong with therapy. I would definitely love to set something up for, and you know what, my job offers it too. I just need to like sit down and call them
No, for sure. Yeah.
and talk to them about it because they offer that. They say that all the time. Like they offer it. I had something here. I had something in my notes here. Um, because you mentioned lawyer earlier,
Yeah.
and I can't find. I can't find my. So you mentioned having a lawyer and how it's like it's important to have a lawyer for music.
Yeah.
Can you dive deeper into that?
Um, yeah, because you need someone to like look at the legalities of a contract that you're probably not going to know. I mean, I know only so much of music business from what I've learned, but there are still like things on a contract that I probably wouldn't be able to tell legally, like what is right and what is like screwing me over. So that's why
Right.
it's good to have a lawyer. Um, on top of, like you mentioned, a good manager. Good managers are great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. Definitely that.
Like your story earlier is pretty crazy because, by the way, like from what I've learned, a good lawyer is not gonna mess with you unless you're making like 100,000, because
So,
there's like no benefit for them if you're not making like 100,000. Like, what are they getting out of it? So they're
right.
not, because they're not gonna touch you unless you're making money. So like for your case, like a manager that's only wanting 200, what was it, $200 from me or something?
Yeah, dude. And
That's
that's what I'm talking about.
cheap,
I
bro.
usually charge 1,000 a month for people. But for you, I'll do $200. And I'm like,
Yeah, bro. Like most managers, no, they want 100,000, and that's like a first sign that this person probably isn't
yeah.
that good of a manager, because like that's not a standard rate. Like a hundred
He's
thousand is
just
like
collecting the check.
100,000 literally is like minimum of good like talent managers gonna spend, like gonna want you to make at least.
He was just collecting a check.
Probably, like managing's a big
Uh
thing.
man. Um you're probably gonna laugh at me again.
It's
But
nonsense.
I uh I haven't read this, okay?
That's fine. Take your time. It's a big read.
I haven't. Well, again, the main reason why is because I'm trying to finish this other book. So I like to finish my books first. The only issue is the other book that I'm reading. It's like owning real estate and all that, and I'm trying to understand it. So I have to read it twice sometimes. So I'm like almost done reading that. But I feel like this book is going to be an awesome read, and I feel like I'll probably fly through this more than I'm flying through that one. Because for that one, it's all about real estate, right? But the crazy thing is, I bought this out of just wanting to read it.
Yeah,
You said the other day that it's actually part of your class.
yeah. As part of the
Can
course, we have
you
to read it.
uh, can you deep dive a little bit into that? I want to hear
Yeah.
a little bit of that.
So we didn't read all of it. We just mostly read topics that coincide with what like the, I guess, topic was for that week. Um, and yeah, it essentially kind of just teaches you like what we're talking about: good lawyers and bad lawyers, good managers and bad managers, like what recruitment is, what an advance is, what cross collateralization is, things like that, like things I never even knew about. Why live performances are so good, what royalties are. Royalties are a huge thing, and especially copyright. Copyright's the big one in there that people should know
Oh
about.
yeah,
Copyright's really big because you can get screwed really easily if that. So that's most of the book that I read, and it covers it really well.
I can't wait to read it. The book is all you need to know about the music business. By the way, I
Mm,
didn't even
yeah, you
announce
did.
that. My bad. Yeah, I don't know. I went into was it Barnes and Noble with my daughters, and they were like, "Oh, can we go look at books?" So I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be in the music section. I'm gonna go check it out, see what they got." And I don't know how, but this just caught my attention, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe that's why I got writer's block. Maybe I don't understand anything no more. So I was like, and I haven't opened it up ever since. But I bought it. I'm like, I have it, and when I get a chance to read it, I'm gonna read it for sure. Um, our what do you see? Our collaboration we did. You also did another collaboration with our boy Danny. Can you can you dive into the planning on as far as like, okay, so I'm gonna send you guys this song because I want you both on this one, and then I'm gonna send you this one because Danny, I want you on this one. Can you explain the different feelings between the two as far as the production between both songs?
I mean, same thing. Most of the time, I just send people like what I'm working on at the moment, and I'll send them snippets of what I'm working on. Most of the time, they're not finished because I
Mm,
procrastinate. Um, but I'll send them what I have right now, and I say like, pick one that you want and you think suits you best, and if you like that, then I'll go and I'll finish it, and then I'll send you the final version. And you know, you chose in my bag. Danny chose playing games.
yeah, and you
Till
know what? It fit. It
Yeah,
fit.
same thing like with Tilly. Funny enough, like Toxic Masculinity, I made that beat, and that was when me and Tilly were first like talking to each other. And when I sent him like my folder, immediately I was like, I feel like he's gonna choose Toxic Masculinity. And he got back to me and he was like, Yo, I want this one. I was like,
I want this one
I
for
knew you were
sure.
gonna choose it. Um,
Man,
the only time like it wasn't one where like I sent the person the beat, like I deserve that on my album. I made that for me and I asked him if he wanted to hop on it and he actually hopped on it. So that was a different that was like the one time where I actually asked someone like, can you hop on this with me?
that's dope. That's dope. I man, I love hearing all of this because it's like I told you off camera, but I'll say it on here. I feel like I haven't really been like motivated to make music, so it's there's like different, I guess there's different like mixed feelings. Like sometimes I'm saying, oh, it's just because I gotta work, it's just because I
Yeah.
gotta work a lot.
Hmm.
But then there's days where like I know I can make time for it. Like I can sit down and I can hit this NPC behind me because it's there. And I even went and I bought the, what do you call it, the little wires so I could sample because I found the video and the dude was like, sample from your phone on your NPC, and I was like, sold, I'm buying it. So I bought it and I even tested it out a little bit the day it came in. But I have issues with like perfection. Like I'm sitting there trying to figure out just how to get the basics of it.
Yeah.
And dude, I would like try to record it, play it back, and I'm like, that's not what I wanted. And I'm like, all right, how do I delete it? I don't know how to delete it. And I'm like, man, there's so much to mess with on this thing. So I feel like honestly, I just got to take a little crash course. But for me, I know I can probably get back there, right? I can probably get back there. But for me, I feel like I know I feel like I've drifted apart a little bit from music, and I'm
Yeah.
hoping to get back. For you, it doesn't sound like it to me, but I still want to ask: has your relationship with music changed as you've grown?
Yeah. I mean, it definitely has. I mean, it's definitely different now because I'm going to school and like even recently with this album drop and being around other musicians that don't make hip hop and listen to my music. This has been the first time I've
Mhm.
had like people in music listen to my stuff and be like, "Yo, this sounds like professional." Because most of the time when I tell people I make hip hop, they think I'm gonna be like a random SoundCloud artist. Uh,
Yeah, dude, and I hate that. I hate when I say like I'm a hip hopper.
yeah, but
Oh,
like,
you one of them guys?
yeah, but no, they listen to it and they're like, "Yo, I thought you were gonna be like just some SoundCloud artist," but like, "Yo, your shit's dope." And that's been the first time where like it's changed the relationship because there is potential in it. Now, granted, like I make a lot of my music as a hobby, because it's hard to get paid as an artist, especially right now. So that's why I'm going to
Oh
school because I
yeah.
want to get into like
Oh yeah.
studio engineering. I want to like have artists come in where I can record them with different genres and stuff like that and master their tracks. It's something I want to do is work with other artists in a studio. But I still like making hip hop and working with people because that's a love. It's really not about the money. I would like to make money off of it, but at the end of the day, like I do it because I love doing it. So that's been
Nice.
a really big change because when I first started making hip hop, like I wanted to make money off of it, and
Yeah.
because I didn't know anything about it, to be honest, like I never, I didn't start making hip hop. Like someone taught me how to make music. Originally, I went into school in 2016 to be a studio engineer, and someone went out of the curriculum to teach me how to make beats off of Logic, and that's where I started making it.
Yeah.
I never set out to make music. That wasn't my plan. I had just been someone who had been a dancer, had listened to a bunch of hip hop in high school, started like deep diving like Jay Dilla, DJ Shadow, how like
All that
Kanye was
stuff.
chopping beats and stuff like that, how Tyler was making beats, and if anything, like I wanted to be a DJ as a kid. That was my big thing. Uh,
That's where I actually started. Yeah,
mhm.
that's what you said.
It had
That's where I
like
started too.
I had a little iPhone app, and I'd be like mixing stuff and going back.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, ODM, what do you think of this on my iPod?
Oh, bro, I just made this mix.
Yeah, but
No, yeah, that was what I started off with too.
yeah, but that I mean that goes back to like a crazy thing because I like to tell people nowadays, and it's great I can like share this on your podcast. So like
Yeah.
originally when I went to my trade school in 2016, they didn't teach me a lot. It was not a good trade school. But one of the guys they sent me to, his name was Romeo, and he
Mm.
had a little home studio, and he was supposed to teach us how to record, but he never did. Um, but instead, one day, like a bunch of people dropped out, and it just ended up being me and him every like Wednesday. I'd go to like Menifee, just he'd be making a beat, and one day he just pirated Logic Pro on my Mac.
Okay.
Don't worry, I paid for it now. I don't want to get in trouble. But
So I got it.
yeah, I
It's
have it
paid
now.
for,
I
guys.
paid for it. Um, but one day I came in and he was like making hi hats and stuff like that. And he was like, "Come here." And I sat down. And he was like, "What do you think of this?" He was like, "I'm trying to submit a song for Future and see if he likes it." And I was like, "Okay." So he was like, "Well, what snare would you use here?" And he's going through different snares. I was like, "I choose that one." He was like, "That's a good choice, man." And he dropped the
Yeah.
snare in, and then he was like, "What do you think of this hi hat pattern?" I'd be like, "It sounds cool." And he's like, "What would you add though?" And I was like, "I don't know, maybe like a little triplet here." And he's like, "That's a good place." So he was kind of teaching me how to like start producing. And I had like listened to hip hop for so long, it was something like inherited in me where like I knew where certain placements should be at. And the I think the unfortunate thing about it, which I think people take a lot of things for granted, is I would have never been where I am now unless he had taught me those first steps on how to make music. But during that time, like I'd been going to him for a couple of years, and I was a little shithead. Like I was just turning 21. I wanted to
Oh,
like
yeah.
I wanted to ditch. There's times where I would just like not go to his class and instead hang out with friends, and we'd be drinking and stuff like that because I just wanted to party. I was young.
Yeah, like I just want to do this right now. I'm not into all that yet.
But at the same time too, there's times where he was canceling classes because he had health issues, and then they had to move me
Oh
because
wow,
unfortunately he passed away.
wow.
So a lot of
But that was like
times,
the most impactful person though.
yeah, as I didn't think about it, but like going back to it nowadays, it's like I really wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for him. And there's times where like I feel really guilty about that because it's like, man,
Mm.
this dude
You
literally
think
like,
about it.
yeah, it's like this dude sat me down and took his time to like teach me these little patterns and like teach me just small things, and that's literally what kind of got me going in the direction I wanted to go to make my beats. Like my beats wouldn't sound like him unless he taught me how to like just like start sequencing like kicks and hi hats and snares, and then I expanded upon it and made my own thing out of it.
That's deep.
Mm.
That's deep. It's deep when you start looking at it like that too, because it's like you could be making a project, right? And then you could have that little like jitter feeling like, "Damn, I could send this to him right now if like only I
Yeah,
could just send."
yeah, no, I was talking to my friend about it the other day too, because I was in Cali visiting for my birthday, and I told him I was like, man, there's so many times where it's like, I wish he was here because I'm like, I would love to have him hear the album I made and stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
he's,
that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. I would love to send this to him right now, like
yeah. My friend was super nice. Like he was like, don't worry, man. He's like, he's listening. Don't worry.
that's true though. That is true.
Yeah,
But it's just that feeling in the moment. It's like, oh, I would love for you to see this, and hear this, and all that right now.
yeah. I'd love to get his reaction on stuff now, and it's like I can't even,
Yeah,
I can't.
like just to know.
Yeah, and it's like it sucks. Like I said, I was such a little shithead that I was like, I want to go to class. Like I want
I
to.
know, man. You think back, and you're like, why was I like that? Why,
But
why
at
did
the
I do
same
this
time,
for this
like
for?
I gotta look at it as like I was a kid. I was like growing up. So
Yeah, there's certain things that we, especially at that age, where it's like you have to look back now towards like it molded me into who I was today. I'm happy it happened then and not now. Like I'm up right now. I'm going through a situation, right, and I'm still trying to figure out answers and all kinds of other stuff behind it. But I'm gonna talk about it in one of my episodes soon. I'm just trying to be courteous to the people who are in the situation with me.
yeah,
But basically, what I can tell you, and I'll tell you off the camera more. I'll tell you a little bit more off the camera. But what I can tell you is, and everyone else can put it together. I'm kind of going through like an identity situation right now with myself, right?
yeah,
So everyone involved with the situation, it's kind of like it's taking me somewhere, So I'm I'm at that like I don't even know how to explain it really because I don't really want to talk about it yet on camera. But yeah, it's man, I can't even get the words out right now. I'm definitely gonna tell you off camera though. I'm gonna hit you up off camera.
For sure.
But I'm having like a little, little brain fart right now. I can't even explain it right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to say it to you because I want to say it, but it's because I don't want feelings to get in the way.
Yeah, you're good, man.
And
you can hold off on it,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, but I'm definitely gonna jump on that. It's gonna be in one of the episodes coming up in the future.
Sure.
But okay, so getting to this whole like like depression and mental health and everything that everyone goes through. If you were to say to anything like to someone who is who could be going to music, right? If you were to say anything to someone trying to just survive, if they're either pursuing music or they just want to listen to music or anything in general for like an up and coming, right? Where would you say for them to start? Like to start just in general, even like say they're dealing with mental health and maybe they don't want to pursue music, right? But like you talked about therapy. Can they use therapy and music together? Should they pursue music more like me and and go down that long route, or should they go to therapy already? Which I would recommend therapy. Where do you think they should start? Though? Yeah.
I don't know. Just find an outlet for yourself. Just find something you like and make it you. The thing with therapy is hard because like I think I've been through 3, and I tell everyone, which a lot of people don't realize, but like every therapist isn't gonna be like working for you. There could be therapists that you just don't vibe with, and a lot of people expect. A lot of people expect that when you get to a therapist that it's like going to be that is your one therapist. It really isn't, and it's some of them not even are like a check thing. Some of them it's just like their personality isn't going to vibe with yours because you understand at the end of the day, like their whole career is just like they went to school for it. They know how to talk to you, but they also have their own personalities. They're also their own people, so you could also like not vibe with that.
Yeah, that's true too.
And that's a hard thing because then you got to deal with like, I mean, first off, therapy's expensive. Like that's an unfortunate thing is it's expensive. So if you do go to a therapist you spent money on and you don't like it, that's just like, that's a check you just wasted.
Yeah, that ruins you a little bit more.
Yeah. So, I mean, it is a good thing. I definitely tell people to try it out. If you have the money, at least go try it out.
Yeah, for sure.
But also, I tell people too, like friends can be a therapist. You're a really good friend. If they let you vent and they let you talk and they give their thoughts and feelings on you, that's fine. And if they're real about it too, if you say something like personally with them, like you guys are having like a little, like, I don't know, you guys are having a sit down, maybe having a couple beers in your place and stuff, and you want to vent, they're there to listen, and they can critically listen to you and tell you like, no, I think what you said here was wrong, or I think like what you did here could have been done better. Like that person could be a therapist too.
Dude, lately it's been Danny. I'm not even lying, man. We're not that far from each other, so like sometimes he texted me not too long ago. That's actually what threw me off earlier too. Sometimes he'll text me I'm at work. Sometimes I'll be on my way home, and he'll just it's weird. I'm like in my head about something, and he'll be like, "Yo, you free tonight?" And if I don't have the girl, I mean, if I have the girls, yeah, I'm not free. We're gonna be eating dinner, we're gonna hang out. But it's weird. Sometimes he hits me up, like it's almost as if he knows they're not with me. I'm on my way home right now. What's up? Yo, pull up. I'm like,
go pull up.
You know what? Oh, you know him. Pull through real quick. So I pull up.
He's like, pull through, Poppy.
Yeah, pull through, Poppy. Then I pull up, and immediately, like, it's no like, it's weird. It's never like, yo, what up, dog? Like, I pull up, and he comes out, and he's high energy, and I'm like, oh, I needed that. So then we go in, we're chilling for like who knows how long. Finally, we end up sitting down, like you were just saying. I'm like, dog, I'm having a day. Oh, what, for real? Yeah. And you hit me up, or he's having a day. Yeah. And then I'm having a day, or I'm not having a day, but he's having a day. It's weird. It's weird how it always works that way with him. I'm like, yo, dog, yeah, it's because blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, damn, man. And then he's like, yeah, you're my boy, dog. You're my boy, dog. He's like, I got all my boys. He's like, but yeah, I appreciate you, man. Or I'll tell him I appreciate you, because we're not that far, so he's always like, "Yo, pull up real quick, just have like one or two. We'll have a couple."
Yeah.
And then like 7,000 later, now it's playing.
Yeah.
It feels like it though. Sometimes it does feel like it. Like we only have a couple, but man, I think it's more of the conversation because
Yeah.
sometimes we're like, I'll chill for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna just that's it. But with those couple, I'm looking at the time, I'm like, yo, it's like 2 a.m. now. I gotta go home.
Yeah. That happens, man. That's what the bottle do to you.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh man, like, what did we say? We said we're gonna have like just a couple. Man, songs I show my friends though.
Yeah.
I don't think I asked you. Um, if this, I don't know. Maybe it might be the whole album, right? But what was your favorite going into the album, and what's your favorite hearing the album?
Like my favorite song when I first made
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like out of all
Uh,
of them, what was your favorite making? Like, okay, I love that I'm uploading this one, and then now listening back, what's your favorite now?
uh, Groove a Little was like really fun to make because that is definitely not my normal sound. It's very housey, but it has kind
Yeah,
of
Move a
like,
Little sounded dope.
yeah, it has a little Latin spin on it as well. That was like my favorite making because I remember when I first showed, like, when I first showed my friends that song, they were like, "Whoa," because it was like really not my normal sound.
Right.
Um, Coming out of it though, I think like you mentioned, like Good Enough is like my favorite by far. I'm really
Can't stop
happy.
playing that one back.
I'm really happy how the one came out, and like immediately when it came out, which is it's really interesting to see because like so uh Good Enough is like the top song on Spotify, whereas I Deserve That is the top song on Apple Music. So it's weird to see the switch in audience there. But
I
immediately like
Deserve was dope.
yeah, immediately like when like the album was getting finished, like when I uploaded the whole album, I was looking at Good Enough, I was like, yeah, that's gonna be the one people like a lot.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Because every time
I'm telling you,
people
it's like a teaser almost.
yeah, because every time people heard it, like my friends kept like singing, "Am I good enough in the first place?"
From the
Like they,
first place,
like it kept getting stuck in people's heads, and I was like, "That's gonna be the song that people are gonna really like," because it's already getting
that's the
stuck in people's heads.
one. That's the one. Yeah, we need a part two, or the extended. We need the extended version of that one.
I'm planning on getting that soon. Like I said, it's just I got other stuff with like the dubstep artists and Tilly that I'm working
Oh
on as
yeah,
well. So
oh yeah. So okay, so you mentioned Spotify and Apple, right?
mhm.
Um, Obviously I know, but where where can people find the full album? Um,
It's in your closet somewhere. I don't know.
I know,
Yeah.
right? Just go look for it. Where can they find the full album for that? And if there's any other links that you would like to share or pages or any of the sort.
I mean, you can find it on Apple Music, you can find it on Spotify, you can find it on Amazon Music, you can find it on YouTube Music. I think those are the only places I have. I need to start putting stuff on SoundCloud, which I'll hopefully do soon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
believe it or not, it helps for throwing it on SoundCloud. It does help. Believe it or not.
yeah. Those are really basically all the places you can find them. I mean, if you want to like post a story on Snapchat and you look up my song, it's going to be there too. It's also on TikTok Audio if you want to like upload
Yeah,
stuff
the
to TikTok
Instagram.
on it. Yeah, it's on Instagram too. You can look up my music on there, post it on your stories. Leaks wise, I don't know. Other than just like I have Iconic dubstep bars I'm working with here. Tilly, we got a collab coming out pretty soon, hopefully soon. Um, which I will say that's probably going to be multiple. Like the first album you see is
Okay.
not going to be the last. We already have an album title. I won't share that information yet.
What is it again? I'm just kidding. No, not gonna say it. Man, that's exciting. That's exciting. Definitely can't wait for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a episode for when that one comes out too.
for sure. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. We're gonna have to have that for sure. Man, well, I'd like to give you the floor a little bit, other than your music. If you would like to like share anything else, even your own, your handles and how to get a hold of you too. Anything else you want to add in for that? I'd love to give you the floor for that.
Yeah, so you can, like I said, find me on uh, Apple Music, Spotify, all those streaming platforms. If you want to find my old albums, I it's not gonna sound polished. That's why I first started, but you can find my old albums on YouTube as well. If you look up Neato1997, there's like Apartment 48, which was my last one. There's Rightwood. There's The View. Those are my old albums. You can find them there. Those ones are also on SoundCloud if you want to hear it. My Instagram is the same as my music. You can find me there. Any inquiries for me, I have my own like management email. You can hit me up through there too. Any collaborations you want to do, you can find me there.
Apartment 48. Before we close out, I was okay. So I couldn't listen to the song.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I played it. I played it back a couple times, but now that I see part 2,
Mm-hmm.
and you mentioned Apartment 48 already,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know a little backstory now.
On that song, because it's a part 2.
Yeah, because now there's a part 2. I was listening to it, and I was like, I wonder what it meant by Apartment 48. But now you're mentioning this is. I didn't even catch the part that it said part 2.
Yeah, you've
I would love
the original
to hear
before.
that. I have.
Yeah, so I think I just named it that because like the vibe was similar to the first song I did on my last album. It had the same sort of like group to it, but it was a little different.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to pay a little bit of homage to my last album because there's been such a huge shift in my sound from then till now. So I
That's
just
so dope when you can do that. Oh,
yeah, so I just
man.
tacked the part 2 on there.
That's so dope when you can do that.
Mm.
I love homages. I love homage. I love when we can do homage. It don't matter what the homage is for either. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Sade homage. I've done an episode homage to myself, so where I hadn't dropped an episode in a while, and I'm like, yo, man, this is part 2 from this part, and I have to like, break it in a little intro. So any homage is dope. I love homages all day, every day. I love that. Well, hey, man, I want to say I genuinely appreciate you for your time. I'm excited more that you hit me up
Yeah.
for this.
No, your
I
podcast is dope, man. I had to be on it.
man, I always want to reach out to people because I've tried getting people at my job just to
Mm-hmm.
start me off, right? And I'm like, hey, man, I have this idea that I want to do. Obviously it says still learning dad, so it sounds like it's more for dads, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I'm more trying to do everything. I'm trying to like talk about music. I
Yeah.
want to talk about like mental health. I want to talk about all kinds of stuff. And everyone at work, they're just like, oh, that's dope. And I'm like, yeah, but do you want to be in it? Like
Yeah.
I need like I want people to
I need
everyone
guests.
always said yeah, everyone always said yeah, but like they never really did anything. So
Mhm.
and I don't want to keep bugging them. There was only one coworker, and the main reason why we ended up doing something was because Kendrick and Drake started that beef.
Yeah.
And he was just like, my boy was just like, I forgot, he was going off on both. Like he was saying like how he felt.
Mhm.
And I thought it was kind of dope. So I was like, yo, you want to record that real quick? And I
Yeah.
pulled my phone out and he's like, yeah, I'm down. I was like,
That's sick.
I low key want to like throw that on my podcast if that's cool. And I was like, I'm getting out of work tonight at this time. He's like, yeah, me too. So what we did was we literally went to my car. It's on YouTube. It's on my my platform too. But
Yeah, I've seen it.
I literally went to the car and just I literally just put it right there in front. And I was like, man, this is. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, honestly. But if you don't mind, I'm gonna press record and we're just gonna go. He's like, yeah, man, run it. That was like the only guest I ever had. So I genuinely like I fully appreciate you for hitting me up and wanting to be on here because like. I'm really trying to get this. I'm trying to get this cracking right here. The music, obviously, we've talked about it. Obviously, I would love to get back to music. I'm gonna try to get back to music.
Yeah.
But I'm this. I don't know, man. I'm really enjoying this podcasting thing right now. So
Yeah, that's
I'm
not wrong with that, man.
yeah, I'm trying to see where it goes. And then I have days where I was actually gonna ask you now that I have you. Maybe one day in the future we can get another episode, right?
Mhm.
Maybe you could have like a class with me where you show me a little bit of what to do with this NPC.
Okay, I could try. I've never really used an
That's
NPC.
what I'm saying. Maybe we could have like a episode where it's like just like a music episode. I don't know how that would work exactly because obviously we're gonna be too focused on playing. Like, you know, if you have something with you, it's gonna be too much of like, wait, hold up, what were you saying? Like, hold up, real quick. That's gonna be kind of hard. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out. But, whenever you do come down again, man, I'll bring this over, and
Sure.
you know, we can still play with that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely thank you for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you for having me on here. It was fun, man.
Yeah, man, we can run it back. We could do another one soon. I'm down for that.
Yeah,
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
I use Opus clips for my stuff. I know you noticed that. So immediately I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna get things going.
Cool.
And I don't know right now. I don't know when I'm gonna upload it fully, but I'm gonna work on that ASAP, and I'll get back to you on that for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But for those listening in, thank you guys for listening. And this is episode 2. This will be episode 2. Neato, bro, I appreciate you one last time, man. Thank you for your time, for everything, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you real soon.
For sure, man. Thank you.
And thank you.
See ya.